We've heard a lot about the health care bill today, the problems with it. Perhaps one of the most crystallizing events I found on this particular debate was right after it got signed into law. Those of you who know Chuck Schumer from New York, he went to the floor of the Senate. He was ecstatic. His daughter had just called him. She was graduated from college. She said, "Good news, Dad. I don't have to get a job now. I can be on your health care bill." He thought that was great. She gets health care, I get the bill. Then we have, beyond that, the whole issue of judicial activism, and this is something you really need to understand and you really need to speak against. Here, and there's no better place for this setting than the particular bird that's right now under my saddle, the judges that occupy this building, they want to tell us that we need to spend an additional $30 million to build them a new courthouse.
Oh, come on.
You're right. We have 6 judges, 7 courtrooms, and they think we need more courtrooms. $30 million, when you combine that with the operating costs, is about 4 to 5 cents on your tax rate. It is essentially about a 7 or 8% tax increase that they want to force upon us. And you sit there and in the debates that we have in the board on this, repeat it over and over again. We have to. The judges are telling us. The judges are going to make us do this. When I first showed up on the board, we had in Stafford County a Department of Transportation, an Office of Transportation. We didn't build roads. We didn't design roads. We didn't manage roads. We didn't maintain roads. We didn't do anything with roads except drive on them. But we were spending a couple $100,000 a year on an office of transportation. They couldn't tell me for the life of me what they did. We've gotten rid of that office. We've gotten rid of a number of other offices. And we're going to continue to do so. We've been tracking the newspaper, if you're here from Stafford. We're in the session with the school board. I started looking at their budget. They're requesting for next year $7.5 million increase in the school's budget. They tell us they need it for education. But when you get into their budget, it turns out of $7.5 million, $126,000 is for education. The rest of it's for administration. Of $7.5 million, they're telling me my kids get $126,000 spread amongst all the schools, while the Alvin Bandy building across the street gets $7.3 million. We can't afford it, we don't need it, it's not going to do anything. So, again, I'm all for it. That's in your hands. It's in my hands too as a voter. I can't fire him as a supervisor, but I can tell you I'm not going to give them the money for increased administrative costs, and they need to cut some of the administrative costs they have now. Education begins at the school, not at the administration, and we need to make sure that they understand it, that they know it, and that they start looking for the same efficiencies we have.